What's up, everyone? My name is Umi Shazani, and you are listening to Basic to Bling podcast, where we talk about how to be successful and prosper in life. On today's podcast, I get down with these great folks to discuss the ideas, possibilities, and techniques that they are utilizing. So, fasten your seatbelts because we are about to warm you up and get you in the correct frame of mind so you can hopefully facsimile and apply some tips and tricks to your own life in some way to try out the toolkits of the individuals who are the greatest at what they do. Before that, I would like to welcome our guest today, Miss Ada Farhana, the excellent teacher of SMK Chukai and one of her students, Patricia Shazwana, who was nominated as the best student recently. Thank you so much for joining us. I am very honored to be able to interview both of you today. Since many people have been looking forward to today's episode, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of our topic today, which is tips on how to encourage young learners to speak in English. Well, Miss Fana and Patricia, the stage is yours.
Hi everyone. Thank you to our great host for inviting me to this wonderful podcast. Yes, it is undeniable that speaking is one of the most crucial aspects in the language learning process. Unfortunately, I found out that some students are still struggling to speak in English, especially when it is not their native language. This can be observed from my own students as well. So, the first tip that I always do in my class is to ensure positive vibes and eliminate pressure to engage them more into speaking.
You know what? This is interesting, Miss Fana. I'm already so pumped.
Yeah, I support them wholeheartedly by giving praise or rewards for their responsive behavior and bravery. Moreover, I never judge their grammatical errors while speaking, as I notice it is what they fear the most. They often feel embarrassed whenever they make mistakes and terrified that others may be laughing at them. I wanted them to speak comfortably in class and be able to enjoy the process without any pressure. Therefore, I believe this tip will be a great start for them to practice speaking.
Wow, that's great. I really love your initiative, Miss Farhana. I will definitely have fun learning English from you if I am a student too.
Thank you. I hope this tip will be beneficial to others young learners as well.
It surely will. So, what about you, Patricia? What is your take on this?
I definitely couldn't agree more with Miss Farhana. Before I move further into the topic, I would love to express my gratitude towards Basic to Bling podcast and our beautiful host, Miss Umi Shahsani, for this golden opportunity to be here today. To be honest, I was also struggling with the same problem in the beginning before I finally had the courage to speak well in English. Of course, I was not born speaking fluently in that language, as it is not my mother tongue. Neither my parents nor my siblings spoke English at home. Hence, I put a lot of effort into practicing every single day to become who I am today. So, I firmly believe that the tip suggested by Ms. Farhana just now is truly helpful to develop confidence in students, specifically those who were introverts like me. The endless support and encouragement I received from my English teachers, family, and friends slowly reduced my anxiety and have totally saved me whenever I was on the verge of giving up. At the end of the day, I'm able to speak English freely in my daily conversation without any doubts or even fears of being judged anymore.
I'm glad to hear that. Do you have any other tips on this topic? I usually advise my students to have pen pals to freely speak in English in a less pressure environment. What about you?
Yeah, that works great too. It is indeed a good practice to encourage them to begin speaking in English. As students, we tend to feel more relaxed when having casual conversations with peers compared to academically in the classroom. In addition, I would like to share the way I improve my speaking skills through watching English movies such as on Netflix, learning through YouTube videos, and even reading novels aloud. Then, I will have a monologue afterwards. By frequently talking to myself, I get to see huge improvements on my pronunciation, vocabulary, and tones of voices, which I applied from the activities mentioned. It eventually helps to boost up my self-esteem as well.
Of course, 100% Patricia. Now let's move on to another tips on this topic, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
Tired of repeating the same outfit over and over again? Well, not anymore. Clo Daily is having year-end sale. Discount up to 70% available. Don't miss this opportunity and come shop with us. Terms and conditions apply.
I heard that classroom management plays an important role in encouraging young learners to speak in English. Can this be considered as a good tip as well? How do you view this matter?
Yeah, absolutely. I personally believe that excellent classroom management strategies can make a massive impact on learning outcomes. As an English teacher who has been teaching for almost 10 years now, I have seen many positive improvements on my students' speaking skills throughout interesting activities that they can engage with. Usually, I love to do storytelling, role playing, and competitions during my lesson, which involve active participation from the entire class. I think it is a great approach to encourage young learners to speak more in English.
Well, I believe there is something Patricia eagerly wants to share with us too. I can see her smiling from the start.
I got extremely excited when Miss Farhana mentioned about competition just now. I remembered one of my high school experiences, if I'm not mistaken, when I was in Form 1, where I entered a theater competition held by our school's English Society Club. I was very interested to join because I have huge passion for acting, but I also felt insecure if my English proficiency is not good enough. So, what I did to overcome this problem was I used to stand in front of my mirror every night and read the script out loud. I noticed by doing so, I was able to improve my tones of voices, body gestures, facial expressions, and fluency. Thank God, I managed to gain confidence to perform well as I was fully prepared. I'm glad that I took the challenge and followed my guts. So, my advice for young learners out there, have faith in yourself and just speak confidently. Remember that practice makes perfect.
Wow, I didn't know you had such wonderful passion and talent, Patricia. That's amazing. I love the way you overcome your insecurities and fears.
Yeah, it was such a valuable experience, Patricia. I'm blown away by how the competition encouraged you to speak English better. I also have a similar experience of my student, but in a different scenarios.
What is it? I'm so curious to know.
Don't let the Christie kill the cat, guys. So I love to prepare games for my students based on related lesson. One of the game is called What a Life. The winner will get mysterious gift at the end of the class. Well, you know the drill.
What a life! Wow, that's new for me. Perhaps for other teachers too. I'm so keen to hear more about it.
I know, right? I am invested in this too.
You know, they seem to be more attracted to the mysterious gift they will receive if they win in each game, which obviously require them to speak in order to participate. I also prepare a special gift for the most active student too. Okay, so basically I printed a copy of What a Life worksheet from the internet and cut the paper that carried information on major life events, then put it into a bag. All they need to do is students will rotate the order of taking those paper slips and read their life-changing events out loud in front of the class while the rest of the students ask questions about it. The student who asks questions the most overall will win the game.
Read their life changing out loud in front of everyone? I was totally mesmerized by the ideas.
Indeed, I found Miss Farhana's sharings are all spellbinding.
Wow, wow, wow. Today's discussion is totally on fire. Without us knowing, it is time for us to end this wonderful podcast. I believe there are many beneficial inputs that we have gained today and applaud Ms. Farhana and Batrisha for their enthralling tips on how to encourage young learners to speak in English.
It's the end of our talk already. It feels like we just started a few minutes ago. Anyway, thanks to Miss Umi Shahzani for inviting me and Patricia because it feels relief to share some tips with the listeners out there.
For sure, Miss Farhana, it will.
Honestly, this is my first time being in a podcast. I was quite nervous, but I'm glad I come here today, as I clearly had so much fun. A special thanks to Miss Umi Shahzani and Basic to Bling podcast for having me. Not to forget Miss Farhana for her inspiring tips as well. Thank you so much. I hope some of my sharing will be beneficial to other young learners out there.
No problem, guys. Thanks for tuning in to the Basic to Bling podcast. Well, here is a little bit of hint on the upcoming episode. Shout out to fashion lovers out there. The next episode is going to be huge because we are going to invite a famous, glamorous, and extravagant Millie Ray. Follow us on Instagram and Spotify at Basic to Bling to get the latest news from us. I'm your host Umi Shazani signing out. Hasta la vista.